Welcome to Fast Break. This is an African-based basketball podcast where we have entertaining, thought-provoking, and unfiltered conversations on the game and the culture of basketball. Hi guys, welcome back to the Fast Break. This is a platform where we discuss everything basketball, NBA, BAL, BNL, maybe FIBA 3-on-3, anything really. But today, the focus is on the NBA Finals because we have a new NBA champion, 2023. Shout out to the Denver Nuggets. Most of us, let me not say us, most of the panel is not quite pleased, or they didn't see it coming, or they just had doubts regarding the champions. But we will unpack. Okay, I'm not alone. I'm joined by Leslie Nteta. His title is Ending Me. Kobe then Steph. I don't know what that means.
No, that's malicious. It's malicious from our producer, and this is how they are. I don't want to get into it.
And then we have Brian Zabadi, your Laker fan for life. You can always count on him to support the Lakers. Very loyal. And then we have Levisa Slepe. Jokic is the best center I've ever seen. Whoa. Okay.
I said it with my chest.
What led me further now?
All right, guys. So we watched the NBA Finals. Unfortunately, they ended in Game 5. What a final, right? What a final. But anyways, so to start us off, I'd like to get 3 takeaways from every one of you on the finals. Leslie Nteta, we'll start with you.
Koki, my 3 takeaways from the NBA Finals is my 3 takeaways would be Jamal Murray is the truth.
Yep.
That's actually where I would start. I think when, at the end of the season, when you win a championship or team wins a championship, you actually look around and you realize some of the people that are really, we know who the finals MVP was and so on and so forth, but I think Jamal Murray is the truth. My second takeaway is that I think the Denver Nuggets, no shadow of a doubt, in the last 2 seasons, in 2020, I actually didn't believe in the Denver Nuggets. When I think that was their first season where they kind of began to show that they're, a legitimate Western Conference straight. I didn't believe in them. The Denver Nuggets as an organization are the real deal. There's a lot of organic building from that in that franchise, and I just want to give a shout out to people love when you win an NBA championship. Great. You've got to talk about a great franchise, a great system that's been brought in. And then my third takeaway. Recency bias is one hell of a drug. That's my third takeaway. Recency bias is one hell of a drug.
Please unpack before we get to the others.
It's unpacked. It's in the closet. Leave this man.
Koki, I don't think the show long enough for me to get into all of that. But no, Koki, I'm just, look, the whole conversation, look, people love to act like it don't matter, but when people win championships, people start having certain conversations, and those conversations relate to all-time conversations. It's quite ironic that just winning this one thing that contributes to a body of things suddenly introduces those conversations. But Nikola Jokic is suddenly in the mix for conversations about top 10 all-time player,
it does
whether or not he
elevate.
deserves the finals, whether or not he deserves the MVP, and even within the current NBA scheme, people are looking at him a little bit different. And I just think that there's some recency bias. I get it. A great playoff run is important, and I think that everyone always starts to elevate guys. But that's basically what I'm saying. That recency. Let me stop. I don't want to unpack no more. I'm gonna leave it there, Koki, because I got a lot to say. Those are my 3 takeaways from this NBA final.
Excuse me, Brian, you saying? You want to hop in there? Your 3 takeaways. Also, producer, can we have Les's 3 takeaways while Brian is chatting, just so we know?
I don't want to see Leslie's things while I'm chatting. It's going to be a weird association. He's missed his train. Look, I'm going to try to stay away from Leslie's takes because he made 2 very good takes out of the 3. I won't say which is which. My first take, Jimmy Butler is a fraud. He is not Hemi. He trademarked Hemi Butler, and he's a liar. I said this earlier. He had some great performances in the playoffs. 56 points at some point, but he is a fraud, and he is not a number one. He's robbed into this game. Second takeaway, Miami Heat had no business in that NBA final, and I blame every single team in the Eastern Conference outside of New York. Outside of New York, there were teams that should have handled business and made sure the right team was in the right. It's crazy, but Miami had no business in that final, and I think it was more apparent in Game 5. Game 6, third takeaway, the Denver Nuggets are here to stay. We'll see them again next year. We'll see them again making the same deep runs, and we're going to see them again competing in conference finals, or at least being a regular feature in a contender. But I believe they're here to stay.
Just to go back, what was your second point again? Because your first one was Jimmy. Jimmy is a fraud. Miami didn't belong, and the Denver Nuggets are the truth.
Actually, no. My second takeaway is that the Eastern Conference is a sham, and how did they allow that? That's my second takeaway. That's a shout out to Fabio. I think he knows as well. Them my three takes.
And you, Slapper?
Oh my! What a way to start the show. So my first take is Nikola Jokic is everything he said he would be. A passer, a rebounder, a winner. You know, he just proved to win an NBA title in a Western Conference that is difficult. He swept the Lakers, guys. I mean, I have kudos. My first takeaway about this is Nikola Jokic is the guy. Number 2 is that you cannot win an NBA title without a superstar. I mean, kudos to Miami Heat for doing it with guys that went undrafted. Some deep draft picks, but you need a superstar, and I didn't think they had a superstar, and this might be piggybacking on what Brian said, but Jimmy Butler isn't a superstar number one. Give me the ball, get out my way, I'll take you to the promised land kind of guy that Nikola Jokic proved to be. My final takeaway is that I have to think about this, but congratulations to the Denver Nuggets. It's not even a takeaway. They stuck with their team. Sticking with the team is very difficult in the NBA. They stuck with their coach. I mean, coaches get fired 2-3 seasons after winning an NBA title, and they just stuck with Malone, and he delivered to Denver what's never been delivered before.
So, Cookie, can I just jump in before you go away from Slapper?
Okay.
Slapper, would you agree that there was actually no one in the Western Conference that had a certified? I agree with you, by the way. You need a superstar to take you to the NBA Finals. You need someone to call the shots, or someone to look to when you need a shot made, or who to get the ball to. Do you agree that the Lakers didn't have that? I don't think Golden State had that. I'm not even sure who them guys Golden State beat. De'Aaron Fox. I'm not sure there were many teams with a superstar that could have outdone Jokic in the NBA Finals. I think even in the West, I think Phoenix might have been the only team with guys that could maybe match up with him scoring. But as far as a superstar playing at the same level as Nikola, at least throughout these playoffs, I think it was just him. I don't think there's any team in the Western Conference that could have matched up with him. I don't think the Lakers could have done any better than they did, as bad as it was. Do you think there was anybody else that could have at least matched up with him from the Western Conference?
I agree with you 100%. There is not a center in the Western Conference that could have stopped Nikola Jokic. Not at least this year. It wasn't going to happen. It was just nobody. I mean, guys, he was just running riot. If he's not scoring on your big man, he's picking your team apart, finding open shooters, finding guys diving to the hoop for easy dunks. He draws so much attention in an NBA that's so fast and so athletic. For him, as somebody that was a chubby kid, to just slow it down, and play some back to the rim basketball. He can face up, but he just does a little bit of everything. He can pick and roll, he can pick and pop. When he does force the switch, which is what everybody does, he just posts up at the high post and backs you all the way down. If you help, he's gonna make the pass. If you don't help, he's gonna get a bucket. So I agree with you 100%, Brian.
I agree with you guys 1,000%. I don't think, and not just in the Western Conference, but I think in the league, I don't think there was any center who was going to match up with him. I think the closest was going to be obviously your Joel Embiid. But Leslie is putting up a face.
I want to hear what he has to say.
Yeah, Leslie, what do you have to say about this?
I can't believe, maybe I didn't understand what Brian said. So let me maybe ask a clarifying question. Brian, are you saying there was no superstar in the Western Conference or even throughout the East and West that could play to the same superstar level or had the potential or was playing at the same superstar level as Nikola Jokic throughout these NBA playoffs?
I don't think there was anyone that would have played against the Denver Nuggets and outplayed Nikola Jokic.
That's what he's saying.
And outplayed Nikola Jokic.
At a superstar level, yeah. I don't think there's anyone where you can say, you know what, that guy's going to outdo Nikola. I think his stretch was just too incredible. It was ridiculous.
This year.
This
season,
yeah.
yes.
This playoff run, actually. Not even this
year. This
playoff run, specifically. The last 17 games has been some mad stats.
Yeah.
And so just to be clear, your sentiment is that this was the best Nikola Jokic you've seen in the last 3 years?
No, not necessarily. I think that as far as in three years ago, 2020, LeBron James outplayed Nikola, right? This year it wasn't even close.
I'm talking about 21, 22.
21, Jamal was injured, right? In all honesty, I also didn't pay close attention to Denver outside of the playoffs because it's a small market. I guess that might be to your point of recency bias. But go ahead, make your point.
My point is that the Denver Nuggets have been to the conference finals 2 times in the last 3 years. Nikola Jokic has played out of his socks for those series. The only thing this is why I say it, this is the recency bias thing. There were tons of guys that easily could have matched Nikola Jokic in superstar one-for-one matchups, and in fact, it may have happened. The 38 LeBron James was playing really good basketball. You see, what's happening here is we want to shine a light on Nikola Jokic, but you know what's special about the season for Nikola Jokic is that he has significantly good help around him. It has nothing to do with Nikola Jokic. The only thing that's special about this season is that he's got veteran. He's got a good system around him. Nikola Jokic has always been a great player in series. I would actually hypothesize, and we can do this tomorrow. Fast break and post this after this drops. One of the things, let's put in the caption Nikola Jokic's 2020 conference final stats and Anthony Davis 2020 conference final stats. Nikola Jokic has always been elite in the NBA playoffs. The only thing that's different this season, it has nothing to do with him. It's that the team is now good.
Has this team changed?
I think the team has been good.
I'm saying that I think the statement to me that there was no one that could have played him or played at a similar level to him. When we have 3 seasons where Nikola Jokic has been playing as well as he's been playing in this NBA playoffs,
and everyone else has been playing worse. That's the difference, right? LeBron James wasn't playing as well as he was when Jokic was playing this well 3 years ago.
Wait, Brian, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
No, okay, now go ahead, Les.
But no, so my point is not. I don't think LeBron. When you say worse, I don't know what that means because there's nothing special about Nikola Jokic's play this season. He's always been special.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
Every NBA playoffs, he's actually always been special. You just didn't care because he lost.
So
you didn't pay attention to it because he lost.
Yes, Lebe.
So if you're going to make the reason, which I think a point actually, which I think is very valid, that the support cost is better. Jamal Murray is healthy. I agree with you 100%. But at least be fair enough to give Nikola Jokic the credit for the consistency. Les, you gotta give it for the consistency. Yes. To drop those numbers season in and season out with no support costs, right? Or a support cost which is lacking thereof. But then for you to still be that guy when guys are coming up, playing better, they find you still at that optimal level. God dang! Give the man his flowers, bro. And add more, add money. You know how they do for those ladies when they give them the roses and they add some dollars in there. Do that for Nikola Jokic, bro, because it's not easy.
No, step it. I'm here for your statement around consistency. You've won me over. I have nothing more to add. Consistency. This thing of saying that there's no other superstar that could have done whatever. I don't believe in that
this season
statement.
though. Okay, who would have matched up then?
Koki, wait. Let me ask Les something. Les, you cited the role players. You cited how Denver's a great team. Golden State is the same team that won the championship last year, and they were trash. The same team, the same depth, the same role players that led to a championship last year. The same guys who were praised. This year they were bad. That's my point. My point is there was no one else. Nikola Jokic has been consistent for 3 years. His level has been the same since the other players. Sharp. There's been no other superstar in the Western Conference who could match up to his consistent level to the past 3 years. Everyone either played subpar or couldn't match him. And the point I'm trying to make is that there is no, to Slapper's point, he said you need a superstar to take you home in the NBA Finals. I agree with him. There was no superstar in the Western Conference that could have taken their team home above what Nikola Jokic was doing for his team. I don't think anyone was playing at a close enough level to compete with him at that rate.
And this season.
And there's many teams that are great. The Sacramento Kings had great role players. The Golden State Warriors, who won the championship last year, had great role players. The Los Angeles Lakers, who got better halfway through the season, had great role players. It's not that they were the only team with role players. There's a superstar who played head and shoulders above everybody else, by far. I don't think it's irrelevant what Jokic did. I don't think it's whatever. He was head and shoulders above the next best guy on another team.
Yes, Les?
And you felt this way when the playoffs started.
How can you feel that way when the playoffs start? The playoffs haven't started.
No.
Yes. Before.
No. Hindsight is 2020, right? So hindsight is 2020. Hindsight is 2020.
Yes, this guy was in the conversation for MVP. So obviously, he was in the conversation for MVP.
And Koki, that's why I feel you. I'm saying these two guys at the bottom of our screen are conveniently coming at the end of the NBA Finals. These guys are coming at the end of the NBA Finals telling me that Nikola Jokic, I told you this after the Lakers series that, you know what, this is done. No one can match it.
I remember Brian even said it before. Brian was like, guys, we can't match up with the Denver Nuggets because these guys play ball. Brian was like, rather we
even
match up
before the playoffs. Before the playoffs.
I was with Brian there.
I can't wait for the post show. We need to search
tweets.
All of them tweets.
Get my tweet.
Put all of them.
I gave you tweets and you rolled your eyes at me, bro.
You will get them on. I have been saying this since even before the play-in game. The Lakers don't want Giannis. The Lakers don't want Nikola. We cannot match up. Even before the playoffs started. What's foresight is 2022, Liz. That's the same thing I'm saying right now. Ain't none changed.
Slepe, I agree with you around Nikola Jokic's consistency. It's quite ridiculous. Koki, I agree that you were talking about Nikola before this. Brian, you better sip some of that water.
Give me some depth. Show me some love, player. No. Show me a little bit of love. Koki, give us your 3 takeaways, player. You don't slide through this. We know.
Oh no, 100%. My three takeaways are Denver Nuggets played complete basketball. They played with a guard, a center, and a great defensive guy right? And then the second takeaway would be, excuse me? Okay, no.
Carry on.
Go ahead.
And then the second takeaway would be, I'm highly impressed by the role players that the Nuggets have, right? This is your Michael Porter Jr.'s and the recent signings. What's his name, guys? Who's the dunk guy again?
Aaron Gordon.
I'm highly impressed by Aaron Gordon. I didn't know that his game could elevate to this level because in Orlando, he was the guy who had the ball on him. He was the guy who had to get a lot of touches. But for him to play like this with less touches and for him to not be the main guy and still ball out was incredible. He fit in well with that system. The third thing is Nikola Jokic is the truth, guys. What? And with that, I think my third point is Nikola Jokic is the truth. And then 3A would be you cannot cheat fundamentals.
Yeah.
He shows that you can rely on your athletic abilities as much as you want. But when it comes to fundamentals, you cannot cheat that. You could, because if you could, then people would stop him. But why can they not stop him? He doesn't. He's not even that athletic, guys. But why can't they stop him? Why can't you stop that pass? Why can't you stop that shot? He's incredible. Can't cheat
I would
fundamentals.
like to challenge this fundamental team. I would like to challenge this fight.
Think about Luka as well. Think about Luka as well when you challenge it.
Luka, that step back, those fadeaways, there's zero fundamental. That man is
No, that's fundamentals, Brian. Brian, that's fundamentals.
Oh, Brian on our line.
Luka is
He's
great.
fundamentally sound, guys.
I don't think Luka's fundamental. Look, these are NBA players. These are the highest standard of our sport. And we assume that they know the basics better, that they are the best. LeBron James, I wouldn't say is fundamental. Like
Not at all.
Steph, I wouldn't say is fundamental.
Luka is.
Luka is fundamentally sound.
Luka is fundamental.
Yeah, I can accept the Luka one.
Yeah.
Giannis,
Jokic is not fundamental. Oh, what?
Jokic is not fundamental. He's lazy.
Guys!
He can't jump. That's what it is. Jokic has
Brian, the opposite of fundamental is not lazy.
No, better than that. Jokic said, listen, bro, I play basketball simple. I will shoot if I'm open. I will pass if someone else is open. That's basically his game. I don't know if he's not fundamental.
Then why can't you stop it? Why can't they force steals?
I agree with Les for the first time via recency bias. This guy was being stopped for a while until he won a championship. Now it's unstoppable. I don't buy that.
Then why did he win 2 MVPs in a row if he was being stopped in a while? Why did he win 2 MVPs in a row?
Look, the facts are giving are hard to argue. I don't believe Jokic is unstoppable, and I don't believe Jokic will do this tear that he did this year again. I don't. I think there will be.
Do you think he's one and done?
Championship. One and done championship. Yes, no, not one and done. But not 5. Maybe 2. Maybe collect another one. One and done is tough. Because you guys made some.
Well, Brian, you don't need many championships to be the great. You don't need many championships to be the great.
No, look, I think, like I said, that team's going to be around for a long time. I think their role players are young and they're great at what they do. Les cited some veteran leadership, I guess, Jeff Green, but I don't think that was the biggest of roles to play. Sure, I'm sure it wasn't a locker room. I think they'll be around for a while, but I think the other teams in the NBA are going to get a whole lot better than the Denver Nuggets can. I don't think the Nuggets can be better than they were in this playoff run. Everybody was spectacular. So I think they might have hit a ceiling of sorts, in my opinion. Based on just to answer the question.
Okay. Les, you were disagreeing that, yeah?
Can I just respond to one thing you said?
Yeah.
I think I would never use the word unstoppable for Nikola Jokic because when I've heard that word being used for another great center like Shaquille O'Neal, and I still don't believe it's on the same level.
Is it eye test? Is it eye test?
I mean, outside of the eye test, even part of the eye test is also what the sentiment is of the people that you play against. Yeah, I mean, I think Nikola Jokic is talented. He's out of this world talented. But I don't know if I would use the word unstoppable. And I don't think his game is the dominant. Like the words, you don't use the same Giannis language and Shaquille O'Neal language with Jokic.
LeBron 2008.
Yeah,
and
Jokic.
And you know why?
Jokic is
because fundamental.
Yeah, no.
It is because with dominance is like it has to do with your physical abilities, but with him it's his technical abilities. Come on.
No, I mean, look,
guys, he's
a dominant is I don't know what that word.
So
the connotation,
literally dunking, your body looking a certain way, whereas with Jokic, it's fundamentals. It's his skills. He passes like this. He shoots like this.
He's skillful.
I think Giannis is more dominant than your boy.
Athletic ability.
And you guys are just looking at somebody that's gonna come down the lane and just tear the rim down and bring it. I mean, he's not that guy. He's not that guy. He's not, bro. I mean, he doesn't jump high at all, But he's gonna get into space. If you close this shoulder, he's gonna spin the other way. Let's hook shot. It's gonna go in. The same way a dunk is gonna go in. He is not. Hold on, Brian. Hold on. He's not dominant, but he's dominating a basketball game.
Yeah.
Fine. You don't have to give him the title of dominant, but he's dominating.
I think
Fair.
Luka Doncic is more dominant than Nikola Jokic. They both don't dunk. They both not
Is it eye test?
I'm with
triple
Koki
double
and
like Luka.
Slepe
He
now.
can score
Koki,
many
Slepe,
times.
we
His
together.
step back is hard to stop. Why not? His step back, anybody can stop it. He just hasn't won a championship or some MVPs. More
So
points,
therefore-
more assists, more rebounds. He can dominate the game. To slap his example, he can dominate the game more than Joker.
Okay, so guys, we've been talking a lot about the Denver Nuggets, but I would like to get your takeaways about Miami Heat. Just give me, because I really thought that our key takeaways about the finals would touch on the Miami Heat. Brian did that. Brian did that. He mentioned that.
I ain't got to touch on no losers.
That Jimmy. No, come on, guys. Come on, guys.
So-
But also,
So
yes, Slepe?
I want to say, well done on making it this far. Well done on making it this far. Well done on showing that you can be undrafted and end up at a high level in the postseason. Well done, congratulations. And also congratulations to Pat Riley, congratulations to Eric Spoelstra. It must have been hard to make it that far as a Miami Heat, I think. If I look at that roster, I don't see that roster going anywhere. They finished 8th. They were in the play-in. You know what I'm saying? It is not easy to go to the NBA Finals. It is not easy. Let's not take that for granted. But they have to get better. If they go with the same roster next year, they won't even make the play-in. They just got to get better. I mean, well done, but get someone. There's free agency. Kyrie's on the... Just get someone. Get a star.
I think they play small ball. They need someone big, man. And Bam is...
Bam.
Yes, but I don't know. Bam is a great... Guys, don't get me wrong. Bam is a good player, but he's not... He doesn't do it for me.
These guys cleaned up the Eastern Conference. Don't forget that. They cleaned up the
But
Eastern Conference.
there's just something missing with Bam. They need a solid center who they can rotate, who they can run their offense around. They need to play a 4-out.
There aren't a lot of those guys, Koki.
It's
They
so
need
tough.
a solid player. Forget the solid center.
They
need a
could
solid
get Carl
center.
Anthony Towns. They could get Dame Lillard. Can I just say this on Slepe's point? Slepe, Koki, the reason I didn't want to talk about the Miami Heat is actually this. And guys, I think if you just humor me and you think about it even for a second, you'll realize they deserve this. They deserve what they've currently experienced. After making the NBA Finals in 2020, it's like they were in the exact same situation.
In the bubble.
You had a miraculous finals run, and now you lost. You realize you didn't have some pieces. You've had 2 seasons to make a move that could elevate you. Now, Karma said, the universe will conspire to take you to the NBA Finals again. And you'll get you chose to take 2 years after having miraculous success. When you get the blessing that says you're 1 away and you have 2 seasons to do something. You do nothing and you're back here through blessings again and you don't make it. Come on. Guys, no dabs to Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley. Because
those guys,
Brian, let's look at, for example, the Lakers. Lakers won a 2020 championship. The moves might have not been right and not aligned. But in the last 2 years between that championship and now, can you not see a front office working, trying to make it happen again? That roster has switched more times. I'm sorry, Miami. It's like they're saying the blessing's there for you. There's another ring. The universe is ready to conspire.
You're 1 piece away. Do something.
1 piece away. Come on, guys. Miami. Jimmy, hold that L, brother. Hold it.
And how many of these miraculous runs do you believe they have left? This can't keep happening. You can't keep.
It's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap.
They have to do something now. There were I don't know if you guys watched the press conference because I like to hear Jimmy Butler speak like it's I wanted to hear him say we'll win game 6. Jimmy Butler he wasn't phased. He wasn't phased by the. I think they didn't believe that they want to win that thing. As much as they talk a good game, as much as they make noise about this, they aren't hurt by that L. They are chuffed with that conference championship. They have a conference title. They won the Eastern Conference. They can hang that banner. But I don't believe, from their body language after the loss or from their willingness to talk to the media. Other players don't want to talk to the media after they lose. I want to focus. Booker, they don't want to talk to the media. Jimmy Butler, hey, you want a t-shirt on? I just printed a t-shirt. They will talk to the media. I don't believe they were as upset about the loss as I would have liked for them to be. I don't think they're surprised. They're looking at it. I haven't watched four of those 5 games. I don't believe Miami was surprised that this happened the way it happened. In my opinion.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm even surprised that they won one of the games in the finals. I thought it was going to be a sweep. I just...
The gentleman's sweep.
Yeah, it's... And, to be honest, I understand Brian's statement regarding the Eastern Conference because these guys were 8th. They managed to beat all the teams to make it to the finals. And come on, guys.
A lot of those Eastern Conference teams as well, hey, this same thing of how Miami didn't get significantly better, Boston for the past 5 years have been very, very, very similar for a very long time.
But they had a coaching adjustment, guys.
They had many adjustments.
Guys, fast break keeps going on this with Boston. I won't lie. When we say them up, boys, next season,
5 years.
Next season, we apologize. Whatever. Yo, we have to just start to admit, guys, there's people that
front offices aren't working, bro.
Dog.
And look, some credit to Laker fans, right? Sorry, Liz. Some credit to Laker fans for being as hard on the management and we'll riot if things aren't happening.
You guys want to
make moves. We'll really make, and I don't know if there's any influence, but I do believe that social media, when it comes to the Lakers, we are critical of that front office every single day. Whether it's pressure or not, I do something, bro. Do stuff. Look at Atlanta wants to break it up now already because it hasn't worked out in 3 years. I see it. Go ahead.
I would like to say I don't agree with what Brian just said. I have no credit to nobody about nothing about the Lakers. It was a reference about the Lakers, though. Guys, the Lakers traded Shaquille O'Neal after winning 3 championships with him and Kobe, saying, if there's friction in these guys, we've got to choose one.
Make a choice. Yeah.
What is quite shocking is that, for example, Boston hasn't thought, you know what, dog? Somebody got to go. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I agree with you, Koki. Look, guys. I mean, we live in the age where getting to the finals, gets some credit, as has been raised as a precedent. And we must concede. No, we must concede that running through the Bucks, running through the Celtics is quite. It was quite a feat, man. But Slepe, I told you why my long-term daps of Miami. My problem is, if this is their first finals appearance, I'll understand. But why didn't you do anything? It's weird.
They got Kevin Luck and Kyle Lowry, bro. Championship pedigree.
Kyle Lowry is the big change.
Bro, you're in trouble when it's an elimination game on the road and they have to keep Kyle Lowry on the floor, otherwise you guys are going to get blown out. Kyle Lowry had a ridiculous plus-minus, bro. He had a ridiculous plus-minus in the first half, and going into the third quarter was like, Kyle Lowry just needs to play. He's 37 years old, bro.
That fourth quarter, before Jimmy Buckets went for 18 points in the last 4 minutes, they had 5 points. In 8 minutes, they had 5 points in the elimination game.
But guys, you know what I find interesting? Because you guys are saying the front office is not working, they need to make some changes. I find it interesting because we always saying, and with Golden State Warriors, we're always saying, yeah, you need your core. With the Chicago Bulls, they're like, yeah, but they kept their core. So what changes can they make and still keep their core? Jimmy Butler has to stay. Bam has to stay. I guess your
Bring me Dame Dollar.
Is he a winner?
Kyle Lowry is. No, but with Jimmy Butler and with that team,
yeah.
Better.
They do get better.
Give me Cat and keep Bam. You see, signs of life.
But then bring Dame and Cat, get rid of Jimmy and Bam.
But it's so
Then
okay
get
now.
role players. You guys tried, guys. You guys were our number 1 and 2. You guys were our number 1 and 2. If we make you guys our number 3 and 4, we're gonna have problems. You guys won't
You
want to
can't
take that step down.
I disagree.
So, but fair to like,
Liz, you always talking about culture, right? Jimmy Butler brings a lot of culture to Miami.
That's what I'm saying.
He's
Like,
got
cool,
a big part
guys.
of leadership. He's got a big part of that dog story in him. You don't gut your franchise to bring in 2 new guys to end up where you just were. Move one of them, not both of them.
so if they bring Cat and Dame, Jimmy Butler's number 3. Do you agree?
I'm not mad at that. I can't.
Is Jimmy Butler mad at that?
I'm saying
Butler
I
was
agree
right
with
bottom.
Slepe where you let Bam go and some role players maybe you have to give up something and you try
But
to get
you-
Cat. Yes.
But
Cool.
who's your core? Then who's your core? Because you know with Golden State, it's Steph, it's Clay, it's Dre, and then you build around that.
But-
you need that core. That's
So,
the,
Kofi,
we
can I-
need-
Jordan Poole.
But
yeah.
But the unique thing about Golden State is these guys were all drafted. Nobody knew that they would become as great as they are. And that's why the contracts and the time has been able to build. Unfortunately, Miami's in a scenario where they don't have that choice. They're going to have to trade their way to an NBA championship to get things done. So that's kind of where I'm at. But I hear what you're saying. Yeah, you're right. Say we have to spend some time on the question, what do they bring? Is it one more big superstar or is it 2 more great ones? I'm more leaning towards Slepe. I think we need one big trade of either Bam or Jimmy. I hear Brian. If Jimmy's the culture of the franchise, maybe it's Bam. You get Bam out there and a couple role players, and you try get back a great role player and a Dame, and you try go all the way.
Give me James
But
Harden.
none of
Give me James Harden. Give me James Harden. Put him next to that defensive monster in Jimmy Butler. See what happens. Give me James Harden.
Eric Spoelstra said he doesn't coach guys. He doesn't want guys that don't play defense. He said this.
He's
So
got Tyler Hero on his team as a starter. He's got Max Strus on his. He's got so many guys that don't defend the basketball as is.
That guy coach Chris Bosh. He has Kevin Love on his team.
Please, man.
Okay,
And he
guys.
starts
To close off, let's talk about. We did touch on Nikola Jokic, but let's just talk about how he won the Finals MVP, right? So he's an NBA champion. He has Finals MVP. He has 2 regular season MVPs. I'd like to know from you guys, where does he rank in all-time centers? Yes, it could be very premature because it's his first one. Would we have?
nothing.
Would we be having this conversation had he lost? No, but
That's a very
You know.
good question.
what?
Let me ask something. Okay. Was Joker top 75? What? Was he top 75?
I don't think so.
When they
I don't
did
think
I
all
so.
don't think so. I don't remember him there.
Oh, the recency bias is having one of these conversations. I've changed my perspective.
What I say in the beginning? What I say?
Nah, not that I agree with you, but I'm saying what you
No,
said.
you agree.
Yes, go ahead.
So
Go ahead, bro. I see your whole.
so is he
No, but
okay?
guys,
let's-
we can't ignore the fact that a ring elevates you. It does.
You know who else has a ring? Chris Brown. Chris Brown. You know who that is?
Who?
Yeah, he won the NCAA last year.
That's my point. He also has a championship. I don't even know what the hell he is. But he's elevated.
So this is what I'm gonna say, Koki.
Not like that, Brian.
This is what I'm gonna say, Koki. I think he's top 10 all-time greatest centers. Right?
With who?
I think he's there. I think he's there with the Shaqs, with the Hakeems, with the Wills.
That's top 5. Yeah, that's top 5.
No, I'm saying top 10. I'm saying top 10. You know, with all those guys. Yeah, I get it. Oh, so how must I start my top 10 at the bottom?
The bottom one. Yeah, where Joker is.
Yeah, but I haven't aligned to 6, 7, 8, 9.
Wait, is he number 10?
Yo.
If he's not number
Guys,
10, then he's not top 10. Where?
Oh, so you call me number 9?
Then top 9. I need to know where he is exactly.
On the all-time, I need a pen and paper.
Oh, okay.
Let's try put this list down. Let's try put this list down. All of us.
Koki, can I please submit?
Yes, yes, Liz.
Can I submit? Me, I did my homework. Can I submit?
Okay.
Okay. Top 5 centers, no particular order. Shaquille O'Neal, Hakeem Olajuwon, Shaquille O'Neal, Hakeem Olajuwon, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell. Is Kareem in theory?
Kareem, yeah.
He's a center.
In theory, is a center, right? So
Okay.
we put those guys aside. You've heard.
Sure.
You've heard. You hear that guy's not talking to those guys.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not.
Then in the next 5, the pool I'm looking at, I agree with you. The championship, Jokic has entered the bottom 5 of the top 10. So it's Nikola Jokic, right? I would put in why is his name's I'm gonna shock you. Dwight Howard.
Oh, I'm not shocked at all.
No.
Other great centers. Oh, I might even just shock you. Yao Ming. I'm gonna put in that other top 5. Why my name's slipping my. They're gonna cry. Walton. Do you remember what's that Walton guy's
Walt
name?
Frazier.
No. Bill Walton. They can cry.
Sorry.
You could actually put Bill Walton in that conversation.
There's
Okay.
another great Boston Celtics center that I just can't think of.
I'm thinking Celtics as well, but like.
Nope. Guys, it's actually not a ridiculously deep list.
There's not a lot of centers that are that great.
That's
actually
it. Done.
Cracks top 10.
Joel Embiid doesn't crack top 10. I think he does.
Please.
Joe, I knew I was. I wasn't even seeing what's happening now in the league. Joel Embiid.
Okay.
Now,
I'm
the
happy with
order
that.
of those. Now, I'm not going to get into ranking the other 3 guys. I'm going to just tell you guys quite simply put.
Mm-hmm.
Just by the championship, did he beat Joel Embiid in the top 10 rankings? He's
Yes.
better than.
Yes.
That's the thing that is separated them. Joel Embiid deserved this.
2 MVPs make no difference. The 2
For
plus
me-
1, that made no difference.
For me,
No,
no.
If they asked this
So-
question 2 nights ago, would it still be the same, or would would Joker not even be in the top 10 before the finals had wrapped up?
So maybe now that I've said the names,
I don't think
both
the
of them are
separation is
actually.
actually just the chip. I don't think the separation
I
is
agree
just the
with
chip.
I agree with you.
No.
That's another show,
So
hey.
let me ask you like that. Liz.
Yeah.
Based on what you said.
But I've thrown out my names. Other people haven't submitted their homework. It's fine.
I'll copy from your list, bro.
We'll take your list, but Jokic is up there, but not just because of the championship. Yes, Brian, go on.
No.
Yeah. What Liz is saying.
But
if
Joel
Joker had
Embiid
a
is also
chance-
top 10 and he doesn't have a ring. So everybody's
That's
getting
what I'm
some.
saying. So that's
Dwight?
what I'm asking Liz. Before Dwight Howard is already there. He's top 6, brother. He's arguing for
Top
big
6.
things.
Nice.
Okay, yes.
But he's up there. My top 5 is similar to Liz in no particular order, but probably a Laker at number 1 and number 2. From the back end of it, and look, bro, I'm not too sure where I'd put. Does Patrick Ewing have an MVP? He was a power forward. No? I just don't like Joel in this top 10, bro. I don't like Joel in this top 10.
Why? It's because he doesn't have a ring.
Because
Patrick Ewing was a center.
Give me PE.
Ooh.
Give me Patrick Ewing.
Why?
From the Knicks.
Why?
David
Joel
Robinson.
David Robinson.
The Admiral.
This is a list. This is a list, bro. This is a list, hey. Take out Dwight Howard. Put in the Admiral. Take out Dwight.
Dwight stays, man.
I'm taking out Yao Ming.
Okay, fine, fair.
The fact that y'all don't even know this list. The top 10 can only have top number 10 is an asterisk. Y'all don't need to know in this conversation. The Admiral, I'm going to take that submission. And I'm going to put Joel at 9. There's no 10 in this top 10. Best I can do for you. I cannot submit.
So who's tied at 9? Where's Jokic?
Joker is number 9.
Him and Jokic are throw.
Wait.
No, Admiral's 8. Not even
Okay.
order, right? I'm just giving a bunch of names.
So Brian is saying Joel is not there. That's what Brian is saying.
Oh, he's not in. He's not in.
Joel ain't got it. Joel ain't got it. He can be number 11. There's no 10. He can be top 11.
Guys, okay, but you know, we need to have a separate episode regarding this conversation.
Yeah, apparently he's also a fraud of an MVP. Joel is a fraud MVP, so we're gonna unpack that too.
He is. Okay, I wouldn't say he's a fraud. Shame. No, he pulled up those numbers, but we definitely can have another conversation. We need another episode on this.
Black Lives Matter.
I can't believe you guys. You guys said that with Jimmy Butler. You guys also said that with Jimmy Butler. I'll let you guys down.
Not you guys. Don't put me there.
Okay, but guys, that's the end of the show. Shout out to the Denver Nuggets for winning the 2023 NBA championship.
I guess.
We'd like to know from you guys. What are your takeaways? 3 takeaways. Let us know in the comment section. Thanks again for watching. If you like this episode, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe because, you can be updated on when our next episodes get uploaded. We still have a lot of content for you guys. Okay, we have dropping downs coming up. We don't want to reveal names, so please tune in into our socials at Fastbreak SA. We'll be revealing who we have next. And that's it from us. See you guys next time, and bye.
Jokic is number 6.
Did you guys? What?
And that's it from us for this month's episode. Thanks for watching, listening, and being a part of this conversation. Don't keep it to yourself though. Share it with your friends and family, and let's all engage on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Our handle is at FastBreakSA. To keep up with our latest episodes, be sure to subscribe. Thanks again, and we'll see you next month.